Hey guys, welcome back to Astrology Bliss. Before we start, if you could just do me a quick favor and click the subscribe button below, maybe the like button while you're at it. And let's get to your video. Thanks. Hey Leo. So, a bit of a different reading today. It's just going to be 3 cards that we will be able to look at your monthly message. This can, I'm saying it's for October, but it can be October, November, or this might, usually when I'm watching a reading, it tends to apply to me like right then. Let me just get rid of this camera so I don't keep trying to fix my hair. Okay. If it's right there, you're going to do that. It's normal, I think. Okay, anyway, so I pre-shuffled already because nobody wants to see me shuffling for 20 minutes. Unless you do, but I don't think you do. Anyway, so monthly message for Leo. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have Justice in reverse. This could be referring to, a Libra in your midst, but I'm not going to focus on the signs. So Justice in the reverse, just based off of the spread right now, it looks like a very clear work-related reading. So give me 1 second. Okay. So the message that I'm getting here, and if you're curious, we have the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords all in the upright, which is good. The fact that they're all in the upright is great. So it looks like some situation involving work, and this could be either, about you specifically or somebody close to you. There is some unjust situation in work where I'm feeling like maybe somebody got cut out. It might have been somewhat of a blessing in disguise in a way. But it looks like someone is having a realization about the way that things happened. And, it looks like they're coming back to talk to somebody about what happened and try and fix it. Okay, so yeah, you have, the Justice card, like there's a sword in the card, right? So you technically have 3 Swords cards. Well, Justice is not in the suit of Swords. We're going to call it a Swords card, right? And we have a Pentacles card. So this is a situation where it's mostly, I'm wondering if it was like, gossip or rumors where somebody could have been too quick to take somebody else's word about something. And, I feel like whatever was present, in the tangible material world was not looked at hard enough, like, I'm not seeing stealing or anything like that, but like as an example, like, oh, this person's been stealing from the company, and instead of like really looking into it, they kind of took that person's word instead of like looking at the person and their behavior and how they are. But it looks like somebody is coming back to correct whatever happened. Yeah. That's pretty much it. In the Ace of Swords, there's butterflies, and in the Knight of Swords, there's those ravens, and technically this is a Pegasus, right? It has wings. So there's a lot of movement in this reading. You know, butterflies representing transformation, ravens, Pegasus, whatever, just representing flight in general. It's, you know, for flight, that's not a steady energy. It's very changeable. And even though there's no 5 in this reading, for numerology, the number 5 just popped into my head. It's, you know, it's a very changeable energy. There are actually 5 ravens in this card, so there you go. But yeah, so if you know your life path number, or if you don't know your life path number, that might be something, you know, helpful to look up. Or, I mean, if you're like me and you're weird and you happen to know the life path numbers in astrology for everyone around you, maybe you're a 5, or you're dealing with someone whose life path number is a 5. But I do feel like, you know, some kind of wrong or injustice is on its way to be righted if it hasn't been already. Next, we're going to look at the energy that you're dealing with during Venus retrograde. So, and how's Venus retrograde been going for everyone so far? Because for me, oh my god, oh, what a mess. Anyway, yeah, it's been really interesting, as expected. So for those who are unfamiliar with Venus retrograde, you know what Mercury does, where Mercury is the planet of communication. It rules, you know, like short distance. It rules travel. Hang on one second. Oh my god, my hair is everywhere. Okay, so it rules travel, communication, writing, anything like that. And wherever Mercury retrogrades back in your chart, you know, that's an area you need to focus on in your life for that time. And, you know, the way you think about that area of life and communicate in that area to other people. Now, with Venus retrograde, it's similar. So wherever Venus is retrograding in your chart, you know, if you're an artist, this is especially important because, and I'm listening to this message now too, but wherever Venus is retrograding in your chart, let's say it's retrograding through your 3rd house. If we're talking art-wise, how do you communicate your art? How do you think about your art? Like, you know, do you think you're good enough to create something amazing? Is that an area that you need to examine? How does your income relate to art? You know, if it's retrograding through your 2nd house. So, you know, like, is this an area where you could be making an income from and you're not doing it? So that's one angle of Venus we can look at. Another is the obvious, you know, romance, love. Venus retrograde is notorious for bringing past loves back into our life, and oh my god, what a mess. So if your exes have been popping up, or, you know, people you didn't think you'd hear from again, or you haven't talked in a few months, in a while, this is potentially the time where you're going to do some talking. And it might not go the way you planned. But just like Mercury kind of muddies up wherever it's, you know, retrograding through, when it starts retrograding back, the whole purpose of the retrograde is to kind of pull back into areas, kind of fine-tune things, fix things that might have been left unsaid, not been fixed, not been edited. And once you're done editing them, Venus can move forward, and retrogrades are actually really positive to healing certain parts of your life that needed to be healed. Okay. Feeling, yeah, you know, I was only pulling 3 cards for everyone else, but God, you guys, what is with the Ace of Swords twice? This is a different deck. Cool, okay. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. We have the King of Cups in reverse, 6 of Pentacles in the upright, the Page of Pentacles in the upright. Then this random other card I pulled is the Star. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius energy. You know, it's like I know this card goes with Aquarius. You know, I've never thought the need to say, okay, no, you're dealing with a very emotional situation. You know, you have 2 Cups cards here. That's so weird, because in the last reading, you had 3 Swords cards and a Pentacles card right in the middle, right? And now in this one, you have 3 Cups cards and a Pentacles card in the middle again. So it looks like what you're examining through this Venus retrograde has to deal a lot with emotions, and it might be, maybe it's checking yourself, where it's like you think you're this really emotionally evolved person, right? But being the King of Cups in reverse is not emotionally evolved. It's can be decently emotionally manipulative. And, you know, if it's self-examining to where you're like, are my relationships balanced? Am I putting out what I should be? Am I getting back what I should be from this person? And, you know, I'm getting a sense of, sorry, I have like hiccups and trying not to. Anyway, it's like kind of a sense where I feel like you're humbling yourself a little bit. Like, okay, maybe I don't know all there is to know. Maybe I haven't learned everything yet. And it kind of looks like when you recalibrate yourself and you bring yourself back down to earth just a little bit. Remember, we're talking about Pentacles in the middle. It's earth, right? Like, I'm a water sign. I am not grounded whatsoever, right? And our emotions, they're not grounded. They're floating all over the place. And if you think of the 6 of Pentacles, it's kind of like a grounding, recalibrating energy. And then once you get a hold on yourself in that respect, you might be able to actually make an offer to someone, understanding where you're coming from. And that's when we have the Page of Cups. So pages usually bring some kind of message, some kind of communication. Maybe an offer. I don't want to say offer, but I'm definitely getting a message. So it's kind of like, sorry, I just noticed that, yeah, when the King of Cups, right, in the reverse here, like, if you look at his, like, little scepter, it looked kind of like the Ace of Swords. So I just thought of that. And it, you know, certain people, certain situations, when we don't have enough clarity on what's going on and why everyone's acting like they are, it can cause us to act like the worst possible version of ourselves. And we manipulate and we try and control and we try and use our most extreme emotional defenses against people. And through this recalibration, I think you're going to be able to get the communication or give the communication you really want to. But that's really going to take looking deep in yourself first. Okay, that is everything I have for your readings. I do just want to make a quick side note. I kind of started taking care of 15 stray cats in Brooklyn, and I've started a GoFundMe page. I also had a Facebook fundraiser, and so far it's doing really well, but I'd really like to get all the cats winter shelters. You know, I want to upkeep getting them food. Right now I'm stocked on food, which is amazing because people donated, and I'm beyond grateful. So are they. But if you guys wanted to donate even $1, that will make a big difference, I promise. Yeah, and anyway, thank you so much for continuing to watch my videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe and click the like button. And I will see you guys next month. Bye.